Hello, third grade. So we are going to keep working on multiplication and division. And today we're going to talk more about division and about what that quotient, and remember the quotient is the answer to a division problem. We're going to talk about what the quotient means. So I've got a problem up here. And it says 3 students equally share a pack of 12 pencils. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to draw a diagram based on what we know. So from this story, I know how many total pencils that we have. So I'm going to draw my rectangle, and I know that I have 12 pencils. Okay, I also know how many students are equally sharing. Boys and girls, those words equally shared, those are huge key words. Anytime you see those words, you know that you need to be dividing. So I know that I have 3 students that are equally sharing this. So I'm going to draw 3 groups. Okay. Now, if I look at this, I see my total number of pencils. I see my 3 groups. What I don't know is how many pencils each person is going to get, and that's what I need to figure out. I could also write a problem to help me solve this. So I know that I'm taking my 12 pencils, and I am dividing them equally with 3 people. I just don't know how many each person's going to get. So I'm going to start to share equally all of my pencils until I get to 12. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So looking at my tape diagram, I can see that each student is going to get 4 pencils. So in this problem, my quotient or my answer is the number of pencils or the number in each group. Let's take a look at another problem. So let's take a look at this problem. It says a school buys 12 boxes of pencils. Each class gets 3 boxes. How many classes get pencils? So let's again talk about what we know from this problem. I know my total. I know my total number of boxes is 12 boxes. I know the number that each class gets, 3. That, boys and girls, is not the number of groups, is it? I don't know how many groups I'm going to have of 3. I don't know how many classes are going to get it. So I'm going to draw a diagram, but it's going to look just a little bit different. I know my size of my groups is 3 boxes. And I know that I'm going to end up eventually with a total of 12 boxes given away. But I don't know exactly how many groups I'm going to end up with. So I am still doing 12 divided by 3 equals, we're not sure. But this time I've got to figure out, I can't equally share because I don't know how many groups I'm equally sharing with like I did in my last problem. This time I'm going to have to skip count by 3 until I get to 12. So I know I've got 3. This is 6. This is 9. This is 12. So I can see that 1, 2, 3, 4 classes are going to get crayons. Now, this looks a lot like our last problem, doesn't it? The only difference is what my quotient means. And the problem before that, 4 was the number in each group. Here, this 4 is how many groups I have. We have to pay very close attention to find out which one the quotient means. So let's take a look at this diagram that I have up here. And we're going to work together to write a tape diagram or to write a division problem to represent this tape diagram. Okay, so we know my total. My total right here is 15. We know the number of groups that we have. 1, 2, 3 groups. Now, if I look here, I can tell that my size of my groups is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in this problem, the quotient, that 5, stands for the number in each group, the size of my groups, not the number of groups. But if I were to draw a diagram that looks like this, same exact division problem, we're going to see how the quotient changes. Again, now I still have 15. I no longer have 3 groups. I know the size of my group is 3. So my 5 is going to be the number of groups I end up with. So in division, this quotient can mean either one. It's a little bit different than multiplication. It can either mean the size of the group or the number of groups. You have to read the problems carefully to figure that out. So you're going to go practice this skill using your tape diagrams and division to solve some problems. And then you have an assignment to turn in. If you have any questions, let Mr. Rush and I know. Thanks.